Hello and welcome to Digitech. Today we're going to be doing Hello World in JavaScript. Hello World being the program that you start off with any new language. JavaScript is no exception. Here you can see me starting up a new project. I'm just going to create a folder on the desktop. I'm going to call it Hello World. It doesn't really matter where you put the folder. It's up to you how you're going to manage your projects. I'm just putting it on the desktop for a starting example. I'm going to open up that folder by going to the File menu and then clicking Open Folder. You can also right click on the folder and click Open with VS Code if you've got that set up. But once you've got the folder open, you'll see it's basically blank with some options to create new files. The first new file is the HTML that we're going to use to interact with our JavaScript. And it's not going to contain everything a proper HTML file should have, but it's going to have enough in it that we can access the JavaScript and do some stuff to get a result. You'll see what I mean once we've built it. At the moment, we're just creating a title, Hello World, and that way it'll just identify the page for us. I have the live server extension installed in VS Code, so we can right click on the file, open with live server, and see it in the browser as we go. Now, live server includes live reload, so whenever you save the file, it'll update that page for you. So I'm just going to test that that's working by putting in some kind of change and then hitting Control S to save it. Have a look, and yeah, it looks like it's working. Now, with the JavaScript that we're going to be doing, we're going to have some helper functions to make the JavaScript a bit easier to write. So the first thing we need to do for our project is link to the jQuery helper files. So we're going to use the latest version of jQuery 3.x, and I'm going to use an uncompressed version. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. Uncompressed contains everything you need, and we're not worried about performance because we're just learning how to do it. All you need to do is copy that link and paste it into the head section of your HTML file. I'm going to delete these two extra things and some extra spacing just to make it look nice and tidy. The main thing is that you have a script tag there, and the source points to the code.jquery.com and that latest version, jQuery 3.5. That'll give us some helper functions. It'll make writing the code a little bit simpler, but it doesn't do too much for us that we don't learn anything. Next thing is to create your JavaScript file itself. We're going to call it helloworld.js, and the first line is just going to be this console.log saying that the script is starting. This is really helpful for checking that your code is actually running before you're checking if it's working or not. So at the moment, I'm going to open the developer tools by going to the triple dots and more tools and developer tools. You can ignore that first warning there. That's just something to do with my password management system. But you can see that that console.log is not actually showing up. That's because we haven't linked the HTML to the JavaScript. And that's what this line here is going to do. The script source to helloworld.js is linking it so that the HTML file knows where to go to find the JavaScript. And now when I refresh, you can see that that little log hello world script is starting, is working, which means that the HTML is linked to the JavaScript. Now for the actual hello world program. The hello world's got to have somewhere to output to, and we're just going to create a paragraph and give it an ID of text output. That's going to help us link to it with JavaScript. So in the JavaScript, it's just going to be a single line, a $sign, and then some brackets and some quotes, and then hashtag text output. The hashtag referring to, of course, the ID. Then once we've got that paragraph, we want to set the text to it, and the text that we want to set is hello world ! That $sign is something provided by jQuery, and it just makes it a lot easier. It replaces a line of code that can get tedious to write over and over again. And as you can see, even though the paragraph is empty in the actual HTML file, when you go to the web page, that paragraph has been filled in by the JavaScript. Now if we change the text to display, you can see it updates as we save it. That'll do us for the Hello World program. It's a simple just an output program. All it does is output Hello World to the page, but we're starting to learn how to link JavaScript files to HTML files.